Hey, butterflies. Hey, butterflies. Welcome back to Alchemy Doctress with me, Doctress Monica Nicole. Here we are all about evolving out loud in our life, our money, and our purpose through the energy of our ancestors. I want to thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares, and your subscribes here on the channel. It is always appreciated. And a major shout out to all the channel members, as well as the members over on my website and the members of the Butterfly Effect School of Transformation. So, I'm not gonna be that long because I need to finish getting ready for class. But I just got done working out and I be getting a lot of downloads like from working out, okay? Like and after working out. Um, oh my gosh, where do I even start with this message, y'all? So because there's so many different pieces to the message, and I'm just like, spirit, it feels so disjointed. So please allow the message to flow with all the pieces that you gave me because I know they fit into the puzzle. You are a spiritual plug. You are a spiritual plug between the living and the dead. Now, as a reminder, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? I'm just allowing spirit to guide me through this message. And what they mean by you being the plug between the living and the dead. So similar to how I slowed down on it. I don't do it as much anymore, but death doula work and ancestral channeling, mediumship, right? A lot of you all were attracted to me because you have a strong connection to the ancestral realm, to your ancestors. And in a lot of ways, basically, because everyone in your family and around you doesn't have this connection. Okay, 222 on the time. Wow, and I saw 222 earlier and 111, and I said I was going to mention it. Let me show y'all. I literally texted to myself. I got it like what they say 222111. Okay, and then where I had the spiritual plug and then the other stuff too. But so you you are a medium of some sort, and it's not to scare you. And me saying this, I have a free ancestral veneration class that I'm going to make back public on my website in the classes area. um so by the time this video is public, that'll be available on my website for you to check out, okay? um but you are called to help merge that peace and understanding between the veils of life and death. 333. Everyone doesn't know how to handle it. Everyone doesn't know how to process it and work through the stages, the endings with boundaries and balance. And so you, in a lot of ways, are like the spiritual plug, in the spaces around you. You may find that a lot of people around you, they go through different transitions, or you find yourself in spaces where you're kind of pushed into that death doula work. um but it's something about you strengthening your own personal acceptance of it. That's where a lot of you all are. A lot of you all have accepted it, and so now you're stepping into the work even more. But it's something about you accepting the process and the understanding of the process, okay? Because the reality is that you have a lot of people who look up to you, whether you realize it or not, even if they come across as being jealous or they come across as, all this. It's because they're flattered by you. You get what I'm saying? Like they they're mesmerized by you a lot of times. And sometimes people don't know how to manage how they feel about you. So they kind of act out in interesting ways. And so this is why you come across people who they act out in interesting ways with you, because they don't know how to process the energy that you give off. It's kind of like, you ever seen, like, okay, so say you got a system of like all these wires and stuff, right? And they all connect to something. And then there's a board, okay? Then on the other side of the board, someone brings a magnet and they start moving that magnet around. Those cords and stuff, like all that other technical stuff that's on the other side of that board, is going to start moving around with the energy of the magnet, because the magnet makes it gravitate towards it. Okay, 555, a shift and a change. So your energy and your presence, it ignites a change inside of people. And a lot of times they don't know what it is. They don't understand it. They can't explain it. They can't define it. They don't really even, I already said they can't explain it. I was about to repeat myself and say they don't know the words to use, but I just said the same thing, just in another word. Um, they're confused with you. They can't mask with you, because it's like you have this spiritual magnet that pulls off all the charms and shit. It makes me think about on Harry Potter, and how I think it was in the Chamber of Secrets, where, no, Gringotts, the bank. So there's a place in the bank where no magic can get through. So as soon as they cross a certain threshold, any magic is revealed. Okay? That's your energy. You're like that energy. People can't cast magic spells around you. They can't cast charm spells with you. You know the game. You know the game. You know the process. You know all of this. They can't hide with you. You get what I'm saying? So either they stay around you and try to hide and they just still reveal themselves, or they stay away from you. Or they try to, 1221, they try to like manipulate to shift your beliefs in yourself. Because if you can shift your own personal beliefs inside of yourself, then it shifts the energy that you deal with them. Two. Okay? So that's why a lot of people, they get into that gaslighting and shit, because they're just like, damn, like they see past me, they see through me. So let me make them question their sight. You feel me? So, with this being said, you are going to be having more people come to you for help and advice. And you need to make sure you have a strong sense of groundedness with you. You need to make sure that you that you have grounded energy around you as you are supporting others. You need to have energy that you have as a support to you as well. Okay? That's going to be very important. Community is going to be so important at this time. Okay? Because you are about to be having, it's like some of you all, this may even be like a part of like your job and your work. It's a way that spirit is going to be allowing you to manifest in a lot of the things that you've been, meditating on, and things of that nature is going to open those doors. And to anyone who says spiritual workers should not be charging for their energy and their work, they are an energy vampire, and stay away from those type of people. Because the reality is that even in the past, back in the day, although the workers of the community didn't get paid, they lived rent free. They had their food prepared for them. They were honored. Are people doing that today for the spiritual workers in the community? No, they're not. Okay. So the way that that energy is given or honored or revered is through an exchange of currency, and however that currency is defined. I saw somebody walking behind me, baby. I had to see what was up. I ain't never seen you before. So don't let people gaslight you into that. Because then ask them, well, are you behaving the same way that villagers behaved back in the day? They came bearing gifts every time they came to the spiritual worker in the village. They brought a gift every time they visited them. They honored them, they revered them. You get what I'm saying? People aren't doing that now. So the way that is portrayed now in today's work is a form of currency, a form of payment. It shows that they value what you're doing enough that they are exchanging currency and payment. So don't let anyone gaslight you into that. They are a vampire and they don't understand reciprocity. Okay? Let me be the first to warn you on that. They are a vampire and they don't understand reciprocity. It's a give and a take. It's a give and a take, not just a taking. Okay? Pay attention to that on this journey. Promise you, because it's going to happen. Okay? I have people coming to me all the time asking, we shouldn't charge to teach. I spend hours putting together these presentations. That's my time. That's my light bill. I need food, the knowledge, the time that it took me to learn this. All of that is valuable. So I'm just supposed to make myself a martyr for people who are just going to take the information, and 9 times out of 10, the people who take the free information don't implement it. Research has shown that people don't take stuff serious until they have to pay for it. Get out my face. Get out my face. This season of life, what you need to understand, for those of you all who are shifting into a work that deals with helping people, working with people, you have to understand, even with the sense of people get upset about daycare prices. Have y'all seen how much daycare insurance costs? All the stipulations they have to pay for in the background in order to have it up and running. It's a reason why a lot of times that the prices are the way that they are, and then the teachers still aren't getting paid a lot. Taking care of a baby or a child that's not yours is expensive. And yeah, back in the day, it was a village that took care of the child. But what has happened to the village? People want a village. Oh, a yellow butterfly. I wonder if that's the same one from yesterday, child. Whichever it was, I record that video. People want a village, but they don't want to be a villager. Watch out for people who want a village, but they don't want to be a villager. They want the benefits of a village, the things that the village can do for them, how they can benefit from the village, but they don't see how what they can do to contribute to the village, what energy they give into the village. Okay? Watch out for that. Especially if you're working into you're stepping into this energy of opening yourself up. You feel me? This reading is going into a totally different way from what I thought it was going to go. That butterfly is so fucking beautiful. It's like with it flying in that green. I absolutely love it. That's how my living room is decorated, green and yellow. I love those two colors together so much. Um, but anyway, so back to this conversation. With you being like a spiritual nucleus, you need to also understand that every download and every message that you receive, you don't need to share with everyone else. Everyone doesn't need to know what you've seen, what you know. Sometimes it's just information for you to know, for you to be able to move right. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool, big. I got this information. Now I know how to move. Now I know how to deal with this situation. It don't always mean you got to go to that person. Okay? Because a lot of you all have been having dreams and things of that nature, but it's future based. And so you may have had someone in the dream and something is happening or going on, but it's like that information was given to you for a particular reason. And you're going to need that information. I'm sorry, y'all. That butterfly just keep going back and forth. But it's game time when you accept the role, when you accept the play, when you accept to take this position. It's game time. And it's different rules. Because you need to understand that once you take on this role, there are energies that are in opposition that are coming. Okay? They're coming. And that's why, this is why you ever wondered why there's a lot of like leaders and stuff, and they start off good. They start off with good intentions, good energy, everything, right? Then all of a sudden they start going downhill. They start falling off. Either it be drugs, or it be lust, or whatever the case is. The same things that always bring people down, having the wrong people in your circle, things of that nature, or the ego gets to a place where it doesn't have any type of check into reality. You get what I'm saying? And that's when people start falling off. They used to be good. Okay. So what you're in this mode of observe people. Observe how they have boundaries on their energy, the spaces they go, where they go. Because what you need to realize is that you about to be feeling and sensing this at your job, at your kids' school, at your school, in your friend groups. Okay. You're going to realize how powerful you have been spiritually in the spaces that you step into. And a lot of times we don't realize how we willingly give that energy away. Okay. But now that you are aware of how you give away that energy, or how you may have given away that energy in the past, move accordingly now. Change up some things, how it may need to be changed up. And it's like, stay grounded as you're elevating. Do what you say you're going to do. Don't get distracted. Get discipline. That's the issue that you see with a lot of these different leaders and stuff. They lack discipline. The ones that fall off and end up getting caught up in stuff, they lack discipline. So whether you need to connect with activities that force you to get discipline, or structure, or order, okay? And we're getting ready to come up with Virgo energy, Virgo season. And y'all know this is the season of getting your shit together, okay? Listen, y'all need to join the 22-day Reset Your Life Subconscious sessions. Now that I think about it, it starts on Sunday. There's 2 different sessions. You have morning session, night session. If you're in the Butterfly Effect School of Transformation, you have access to it. Now, if you want to just join separately, you can join for both sessions. Joining for both sessions is only $125. If you want to join for the evening session, it's $55. If you want to join for the morning sessions, I think it's like $100. Okay. So choose whichever one you want, but it's coming with homework, assignments, daily interaction, daily connection, evolution, shifts, changes, okay? And different things are being done in both sessions. So definitely check that out, okay? That just made me think about that. Like, hold up, let me remind y'all what's popping off, okay? But back to where we're at, okay? As you are rising, what I need for you to do is to observe how other people over time have either um continued to grow and evolve, and those who have failed. Okay. Those who fall get caught up in the wrong things with the wrong people, and they allow their shadow to start overriding. Okay. So this is very important for you to just watch and learn and understand how to move. You feel me? Understand how to move, because you are important. And the things that you need to build in the space where you're at, I'm getting a lot of like East Coast, Eastern energy, okay? East and West, because I'm seeing coastal places by water, okay? But it doesn't have to just be that. But I'm just getting this vibe of like, you have a role in your community that is so important. And you need to remember that. Don't lose sight of that. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the time. Don't lose sight of that because it is so important. Okay. But I thank you all for being here in this video. I did not think that this was going to be 20 minutes long, y'all. And y'all know what's crazy? Oh, it was still 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't even get a chance to speak on all the things that I got a channeled message for, which means that those are just going to be their own their own videos. I asked Spirit to guide me on how it needed to be, child, and that's what Spirit did. So I'm gonna let Spirit do what Spirit doing, and I'm gonna stay in the child's place. Okay, I'm gonna stay at the child's place. I just work here, but I thank you all for being in this space. Y'all have an amazing rest of your day. Those of you all who are going to be in class tonight, I look forward to seeing you all in class tonight. Um, yeah, be looking forward to an email. I'm about to be getting in there and sending emails and things of that nature. So, love y'all, and as always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what your higher self and your spirit team is calling for you to do. Period. Have a great rest of y'all day. Bye.